Right, hello. My name's Jamie Beresford. I'm the head of social media for Volt UK. I'm here with Collyn today, the head of Volt Scotland. Collyn, hello.
Hello, how are you doing, alright?
I'm alright, thanks. Are you?
Not too bad at all.
Good, good. So, could you just give us a brief overview of Volt Scotland, please?
Long story short, what Volt Scotland does is the Volt side of Volt UK, from what I understand. We deal with all the Scottish aspect of Volt UK and Volt Europa as a main thing. Now, in Volt Scotland, we do we're more geared towards the Scottish issues and Scottish priorities. So, we're not as big as we want to be at the minute, but
yeah, it's the Scottish section of the main Volt Europa.
Yeah, it's the way I look at it. It's the Scottish side of Volt UK here.
Yeah. And what would you say the top priorities for Volt Scotland are?
Well, of course, as part of Volt Europa and Volt UK's manifesto and on their website, it's basically be part of the EU, because that's why Volt as a party and a pan-European party, as well as a movement, was started, was practically to keep everyone united and to unite each country and the populations. So the first priority is to...
Car alarm, sorry about that.
I'm just going to see if it's mine or no. As I was saying, the main priorities are probably to go back into the EU, have a functioning and fair, as well as I'm trying to think of the words just now. Have a functioning, fair and
migration
respected migration process, because I don't want to discriminate against anyone. As a backpacker myself, with having travelled 27 countries, I've seen all different types of people from different backgrounds and ethnicities, as well as minorities, and I just want to make a system that hopefully is going to get implemented a lot fairer than the system that we have just now. And that means fairer in the way of, as some people could be saying, people are getting hotels and stuff like that. Now, I don't, until I see the data, I don't really believe in much of that. But
no, it's quite a bit overblown. There are a few hotels with migrants in, but it's like, yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be using hotels for it, but, I mean, what else can they hold? Really?
They shouldn't have, again, it's all about having a fair system. A fair system for the population of the UK, British and other nationalities, as well as the people that are wishing to come into the UK legally.
Yeah.
Now, illegal migration, that needs a different system that I've yet to think about, because how do you handle all of the people that are supposedly coming into the country and then try and make it fair? You just can't, because they probably don't have documents. They probably don't have, might not even have a passport. So it's how to make that system fair.
Yeah, because
but it is a big issue in migration in Scotland. It's meant to be the top priority in some people's some people's perspectives in life at the minute. Migration is a big issue for them, so I do want to help that and get that sorted out.
Yeah, because immigration is ranked as a top priority both in the United Kingdom generally and Scotland as well.
Aye.
So it's important to have a clear stance on these issues. Another thing that's not gone down too well in Scotland is Keir Starmer's recent cuts to welfare have gone down quite badly.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that myself.
Yeah, I don't think. No, I wasn't either.
Especially after, I don't want to sound personal, but especially after losing someone last year as well that was quite old, as well as feeling the love and kindness and care that elderly people give everyone in their lives day to day. It wasn't nice to see that the benefit was cut for like fuel allowances and stuff like that. But again, that the whole benefit system, I feel, needs to have a big shaking up.
Definitely, because there's people who should be eligible for it aren't being able to claim it, and people who might not be able to might not claim it. Claiming it.
There was folks that are not able to when they actually do need it, whereas there was people that are getting everything and they don't actually need all that they want. I saw a few posts on social media that said, I think it was like some person was saying, I'm on benefits and I get $4,000 a month and it's not enough. When I'm working making just two,
yeah, how can you not live on $4,000 a month?
It doesn't sound very good.
No. Yeah, it definitely needs a major shake.
Just to in case you're thinking that I'm against benefits and against disabilities, I'm autistic. So I totally understand it. So don't worry. I'm not one of these politicians or one of these people that are going to be a politician that is going to start shouting about this, that, and next and cutting everything. As I said about migration and immigration, it needs to be a fair system.
Yeah, we definitely.
In my sort of mind, is that everything in life needs to be a fair system or be as fair as possible. It depends how fair we can make it, but if we can make it 100% fair, then that's fantastic in my book, and hopefully we can maintain it. But as well as being in the EU migration and the benefit system with Keir Starmer just saying pish again.
Ridiculous.
Aye, it's quite shocking what sort of stuff he says sometimes. Since Scotland voted 62% to remain in the EU, I would also be looking to maybe get in a deal that is... I don't know much, but I know a little bit about politics, but I don't know much about the area that I'm speaking about, but I will research it all. What I'm talking about is getting a deal like Northern Ireland for Scotland, because we voted overwhelmingly 62% to remain. It's probably higher now after 10 years.
Definitely, it's higher everywhere because of how badly Brexit's gone.
Aye, so it's not ideal, I'll put it that way. So, that's another area that I want to try and explore, is to see if we can actually get a deal with the EU separate from the UK, not to say independence of that. I'm on the fence about independence. I'm not for it or against it. I'm the sort of guy that says, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I can't control it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to see if we can get a Northern Ireland deal for Scotland. That's the idea to going into the EU.
Yeah, Volt Scotland seems to have a general third way stance on Scottish independence, where they're not for independence but not against it either. I mean, obviously...
It's more like self-determination.
Yeah.
Is it a UN right?
The right to self-determination.
There's something about United Nations and right to self-determination. We respect this right to self-determination, and we respect that a country like Scotland, who has been campaigning for independence for as long as I've been alive, 2001. It is going to happen. It's inevitable during my lifetime, if not after my lifetime. It's going to happen. And Vote Scotland will respect the self-determination of a nation, as like the UK has been doing in Canada the past week or two. It's something I've seen on social media. It might not be true.
Yeah, about Canadians being less pro-monarchy than they used to be, and obviously Australia as well respecting their rights to be a republic instead of a monarchy if they choose to be. And a similar thing for Volt Scotland is whether or not, if a future independent Scotland did keep the monarchy or not, and if generally Scotland wanted to be independent. I mean, ideally the entire United Kingdom would rejoin the EU.
Ideally, yeah.
but with Reform becoming the most popular party in the UK and the second most popular party in Scotland, that's becoming...
It's getting dangerous and scary.
A bit, yeah.
Like, even I'm feeling scared about it, because I don't want to say anything to possibly detract people from the idea of vote, but if you want to go with Reform UK and go with Nigel Farage as well as a privately owned company, you can check on Company's House. The Reform UK is private. It's a privately owned LTD company, which in my book isn't a political party. But here we are. Just like I don't see Reform sticking about, and as I've seen with the councillors are getting fired left, right and centre for all different reasons.
Yeah.
So there seems to be there's not much trust in Reform as well. Like party, like within their party, it seems like they've just got a load of people from different parties in the UK government and gave it a bash. So they've not really thought through what they're actually doing, whereas what I'm doing just now is that I'm actually trying to think through what I'm saying, and I'm trying to think through what I want to do in Vote Scotland. It's a big thing to take on Vote in a country, as well as in Vote UK as a union of countries, as some people might disagree, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, it's exciting to be part of a big thing, especially Vote Europa, which is pan-European.
Yeah, because the ultimate aim of Vote is to create the creation of a European federation. That's unfortunately a long time away, but
it's not going to happen overnight.
No,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, Europe wasn't built in 9 years.
Aye, true.
But yeah, the ultimate aim of Vote Europa is towards a European federation, and for those unaware, the general how political parties are registered is as a non-profit organisation, and the fact that Reform's registered as a for-profit business is concerning, and just sort of shows how they're in the hands of millionaires and billionaires, and yeah, it's just a bit concerning on how they're run.
Yeah.
But
I can agree with that.
Just moving on, there are 1.5 million people in Scotland who don't have access to a safe and secure home environment. What would you say Vote Scotland's position on this issue is?
Well, it's the first time that I've actually heard of it, so I'm not actually. I'll have to research why and research how we can help to fix it, but. Is it 1.5 million?
Like, not 1.5 million homeless, but like 1.5 million living in below par housing. Like
so below the breadline or something like that.
Yeah, that's the word.
Like, as part of like you've got the Scottish Child Payment provided by the SNP government. That's, I'm not going to say it is making an impact, because from what I understand, the stats that are coming out of the Scottish government as well as the SNP party kind of show it's making an effect and it's making an impact. But also, like, getting if say that I'm in the Scottish government and say I'm the First Minister, right? Just for hypothetical reasons.
That's the plan.
Yeah, for hypothetical reasons, I'm your First Minister now. In Scotland, what I would try and do is try and acquire as many devolved powers through devolution as possible, and then see what I can do to get these 1.5 million kids?
1.5 million children aren't
below the
breadline.
Yeah, so like try and get these 1.5 million children above and way above the breadline. Find out why they're there, find out why their families are struggling, see how we can help, give them as much support as we can, because I've not been there, but I have only had £2 in my bank for a week.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand the difficulties and the reasons that some people could be there. But as I say, I would research it, see what systems or see what ways and stuff we can do, and see how we can fix that issue or fix the overall situation. That might only be one issue out of five, out of 5 or 6 or however many there is. I would find a reason and then try and get a solution for that reason and see how best I can help, because 1.5 million, that's quite a lot of kids below the breadline, which it's not nice hearing. It's really not nice hearing. And across the UK as well, like Vote UK, if there is, like, there's going to be more kids than the 1.5 million in Scotland.
Of course.
I would try and implement the same system as I've developed in Scotland if it was fit for purpose in the different countries or different nations across the UK. Well, as I say, the SNP introduced the Scottish child payment. I think it's £30 a week per child.
Something
it's £30 a week anyway, ish, and that's helped people come up just a tad closer to the breadline, or try to help them alleviate themselves out of poverty, or maybe help the kid get a school lunch every day or something like that. It's wee things like that make a difference, but also we need to make stuff that's a lot better and provide better resources for the country's population. Scotland and UK I'm talking about there.
Yeah, of course. All the countries as the UK, including Scotland. Just the last question is, Donald Trump has not recently, but in the last few years, been making threats against a lot of his allies, like threatening to annex Canada and Greenland and whatever else. And he's also
the old Trump joke. I'm kidding, don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, he's also made some threats against Scotland because, for those of you unaware, he owns a few golf courses around Scotland and.
I think it's up by Aberdeen and Inverness. That's where his golf courses are.
Yeah, I know he owns one called Turnberry, but I'm not sure about the rest. Yeah. I know there are other golf courses though. Other golf courses are available.
Of course, I would support people taking their money to a Scottish golf course or someone that isn't Donald Trump. But anyway, as I says, Trump has made many threats to close allies recently. Bear in mind Trump's contribution to the Scottish economy through his golf courses. What do you think our response, Vote Scotland and Vote UK's response should be? Well, in my mind, if it's unofficial, I would say a few select words. But since it's official, I would probably ask him why he's making these threats towards golf courses. Like, does he actually want the golf course, or is he just saying it just because he can? If he's just saying it because he can, I would tend to ignore, but also monitor what he's doing and why he's doing it. If he is making the threats and he still wants the golf courses and everything else, I would try and find a way to reason with Trump. I've been told and I've seen he's not a very easy guy to reason with.
No, he can. I mean, we've all seen the things that happened in the Oval Office with Volodymyr Zelensky and recently with the President of South Africa as well.
Yeah, it's not great. I actually saw clips of the South African interview, and there's been stuff that he's shown or he's said that has been fact checked and debunked as not true.
Yeah, it's flat out lies, like the white genocide against Afrikaners. I mean, that's not true, and I think it's being pushed by Elon Musk because, for those of you unaware, he is
South African.
A South African Afrikaner, and he's not got on well with the South African government.
Yeah, like It's I'm surprised Elon Musk hasn't been recalled back to his country yet. But yeah, like our response to Trump and his golf courses, I would probably just say, do you want them? If he does want them, I would probably ask him why he's making threats, what his reasons are for making the threats, and go from there. Try and make a good, like, I don't want to make a bad impression. I'd rather make a good impression, but I know there's many Americans that are descendants of Scottish people, as well as people across Ireland and the UK as a whole. Not to say that Ireland is on the UK, by the way. There is Ireland and Northern Ireland, of course. That's a bit of a touchy subject. I just wanted to make that clear.
No, we're not.
We're not looking to annex Ireland by any means.
No, we're not invading Ireland.
I would like from a Scottish point of view, the Irish and Scottish are quite close together, so I think it would be quite difficult to even have that happen.
No,
I don't want that to happen.
We're not doing that. No.
Anywho, as I was saying, like across the UK, many Americans have descendants from here, and to make threats to the UK as well as Scotland in general, it's quite stupid, especially if it's just golf courses. Like it's like he's trying to make a levy, not a levy. It's like I've got these golf courses. Do as you're told, or I'm going to take these away from you.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to come in. Someone else is going to come in and buy them if he does take them away.
Exactly. I mean,
why? I don't understand. But yeah, I would probably approach him and ask why he's doing it, what his reasons are, and what he actually wants. And if he I'm not a fan of chlorinated chicken, and I will never have chlorinated chicken in Scotland. But like, if it was something stupid, like he wants a bottle of whiskey every year,
yeah,
I would do that. But I would reason with him. Always try to reason with him as best as I can.
As best as it's possible to reason with someone like him. I mean,
yeah.
The Scottish Golf Authority has taken action against Donald Trump. They've suspended all tournaments that were due to take place at one of his golf courses because of
That's interesting.
his actions, and I think that's one of the main reasons he's angry and he doesn't see it as like justified.
I didn't know that, but it's
But yeah,
I'm going to stay neutral for the time being.
Yeah, you'll see what he has to say if it ever gets brought up with Donald Trump about his golf courses in Scotland. And so, Collyn, thank you for coming.
No, it's
thank
no
you
problem.
for the interview. For further information, please visit Vault Scotland's social media pages.
On Instagram and Twitter at the moment. I've not got a hold of the login details for Facebook, but I am working on it.
Yeah, we're working on expanding to Facebook and eventually TikTok as well. So, yeah, if you want more information, please follow us on the mentioned websites, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, and see you again soon.